Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about 10 things I wish I knew before starting Nier Reincarnation. And with these 10 tips, I'm going to aim to keep this video 10 minutes, alright, so about a minute per point. So, number one, there are resources in the game which are highly valuable and have lots of information, especially if you're just starting out. So we have Discord, multiple Discord channels. I have one as well, which you can join. I'll drop in the description below for the link. And there's also the official Twitter. So I'll also link these as well. So this is the official Twitter, and they let us know with any updates that are coming out. For example, chapter 12. Okay, and also we have Game With, which is a Japanese like blog or whatever information database, and you need to if you're English main speaker, then you need to convert this using Google Translate into English. But they've got pretty much detailed breakdowns of everything in the game so far. Right, so that's very good. And apart from that, we have my YouTube channel, of course. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated with the latest banners and everything, what units are good, and that kind of thing. But there are also many other good YouTubers out there too. And next we have how to increase force. So many of you guys starting out, you want to know how you can increase your force as much as possible. So there's this very handy screenshot that the official Twitter actually put out a while back. So getting up to 60k force, you need to max out your characters and weapon levels, and by doing these sort of events in this area. And then to get to 80k force, evolve weapons, which you get from event quests and daily quests. 100k force, you need to do memoirs, go for 4-star memoirs. That you do that by farming dungeons and subjugation events. And then for 120k plus force, you're going to be looking to max out your companions by doing farming main quests. All right. Next, we have how much free-to-play gems are there in the game. So this is something that most of us will have taken for granted by this point. But if you're starting out and you just want to gauge sort of how much you're going to be getting, without going through all these, the total you'll be getting is 126,000, just over. And that's enough for going for 2 full rotations on any banner that comes out, which is 200 summons per rotation, which is going to be 60k gems. Okay, and then when you get to the pity, you'll be able to pull the unit that you want basically for free. Now the fourth point we have is premium shop considerations. If you're looking to spend money on the game, there are a couple of things that you can consider, right? But I don't recommend, I don't encourage people to spend outside of the capacity. If you do want to spend and you have the means to, go ahead, but please don't cost your family. All right, we still want Christmas this year. Okay, so in terms of what's good, you can see I've bought out the mission packs. All right, so the quest mission pack is probably the best value because you get heaps of large stamina potions and a couple of other goodies, so you can consider that. But also the character pack as well. This gives you 10 books to sort of ascend or limit break your units, which is basically a free pity. Well, not free. It's for me, it's 38 AUD. Okay, and then the worst option is the weapon skill mission pack, which gives you 2 black pearls. In terms of the premium packs here in this tab, you can see I bought out the stamina packs for $3 each, 3 AUD each. There's 10 in total, and these resets on a monthly basis, and I buy them out each time. It's worth about 500. You get 500 stamina for $30, and I've done the calculations here for you. So it works out to be about $1 for 542 stamina. Whereas if you use the worst case option, which is going to gems and just buying the gem pack A and then converting that into stamina, right? That's basically going to your stamina bar here and clicking plus and then refreshing here with gems, 100 gems for a refresh. And if your stamina, I'm making all the assumptions in here that your stamina is at least 150, okay? Which is not likely, but I just need to do something for a baseline. Anyway, with that in mind, using that worst case scenario, it's going to be $1 to 180 stamina. So clearly, this stam pack is good value for your money if you are planning to spend. Okay, one other thing to consider for premium shop is every now and then we have special events come, like the tower event, which drops really nice premium packs for for real money, and they are worth waiting for. If you're going to spend money, don't go and you know, don't go and buy these. This is the worst case scenario unless you're an absolute whale. I don't recommend buying these. This is number one priority. And then for here, sometimes with those events, as I was saying, the tower event pack will come here, for example, and you can get really good value for money. Relatively, okay? Everything's still expensive, but relatively good. Next, number 5, we have the daily item shop refresh. So this is something that you may or may not already know, but when you go into a shop, an item shop, every day you can refresh this thing for increasing number of gems, and it pretty much resets everything in here. The one that you always buy out, the small stamina recovery, you get 20 of these each time, each refresh. You start off when the daily reset, you start off with 20 you can buy with just gold, which is really cheap. Definitely buy that out. But then every single refresh after that will cost more and more gems. Now I'm at 50 gems for the next reset, which I'm not going to do because I want to save my gems. But basically, um, done the calculations here for you. So with your first reset, you're getting it costs 10 gems and you get 200 stamina. It's a 1 gem to 20 stamina ratio, and you gain 50 gems just because of the daily advertisements, which you get, 10 minimum gems each for each roulette. You probably get more than that if you're lucky, but we're going to assume that you get the worst case, so it's 10 gems each time. And then option 2 is where you do 2 refreshes. So the second refresh costs 30 gems. It's going to be a total of 40 gems for 400 stamina. And then that's going to be a value of 1 gem to 10 stamina. And you gain 20 gems. And the difference between option 1 and 2 is literally 30 gems that you save for 200 stamina, which works out to be a 1 to 6.7 ratio, 1 gem to 6.7 stamina ratio, which is exactly the same as option 3, yeah? Which is you do 3 resets, which cost 90 gems. The third reset is 50 gems. You buy out the small stamina potions once again, and then that's going to lead you down to a 1 to 6.7 stamina ratio. This is really up to you, okay? Option 1 is 100%. You do this every single day, refresh with 10 gems, you get maximum value, 1 to 20. And then option 2 and 3 are roughly the same, okay? Just depends if you want to save more gems or you want more stamina. All of this, again, is compared to the worst case option, which is using direct gems to refill your stamina if you had 150, okay? And then, if you go into exchange shop, there are a couple of things to watch out for. This is probably going to take a little bit more than a minute, but I'll try to keep it brief. So under medals, you have these options, which is the 4-star ticket, shiny rainbow ticket, the premium summon ticket. 5 of them you can get per month. These reset on a monthly basis again. And you can also get small stamina recovery potions, 500 of them for 10 medals each, and medium stamina recovery potions for 75 medals each. I don't recommend buying the medium stamina recovery out unless you have a maximum stamina of 150 once again, which is like level 90 or something like that, much more higher. So it's probably not that relevant to some of the newer players. Okay, but after doing the calculations, basically what you're trading off in this medal shop is either 20,000 medals for a 4-star ticket or 20,000 medals for 13,333 gems from buying out the small stamina recovery and the medium stamina recovery. All right, it's up to you what you value more. A 4-star ticket that can pull any random 4-star on a standard banner, or 13,000 gems, basically. And that's once again using the worst option comparison of stamina refresh. So it's actually worth more than that. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, moving on to rare medals. So the trade-off is once again 500 rare medals for a 4-star ticket, or 500 rare medals for 100 stamina recovery potions, which is equivalent to 100 times 100 gems, which is using the worst option comparison, which is 10,000 gems. Okay, so it's a 1 to 1.5 ratio, 1 gem to 1.5 stamina ratio. Okay, so which one is more worth for you, the 4-star ticket or 10,000 gems, essentially? Okay, 10,000 or more. Next, we're going to term armor medals. So we have one of these each month. So right now we're in the month of October. There are 2 options I've provided here for you. The best, or the option 1, may not necessarily be the best one depending on what you need on your account, but it's basically you buy out the 10 times ticket. So it's one set of like 10 summons, basically worth 3,000 gems. You buy that for 300 medals. And then you buy out the premium summon tickets times 1, and you buy all 10 of them, which is again 300 medals and worth 3,000 gems. and then with the remaining, you buy out small stamina recovery for 300 medals. Okay, so 100 of them for 1,000 stamina, which is worth about 667 gems. Okay, at the same using the same ratio benchmark. The second option is to buy out this one again, the times 10 ticket for 3,000 worth 3,000 gems, and then buying out the 4-star ticket, which is 600 medals. So now we're down, we're down 900, and you get a 4-star and also 10 tickets. But also you can use the remaining to buy 3 of these for 90 medals. So you'll be sitting on 10 remaining. All right, up to you which one you prefer. Arena coins. So in here you can buy basically the 3 that you want to focus on is the 2 actually. Zenith Brilliance, which is the infamous cube that you need to upgrade your X memory units. I'll cover that in a bit more details later on. So Zenith Cube or the Black Pearl. Black Pearl is worth 1,200 arena coins, and Zenith Brilliance is worth 1,500. So my note here is that you always prefer the Black Pearl unless you are not doing the reset method, which I'll cover again. I'll cover it in point number 10. But yeah, if you're not doing the reset method, then this might be more worth it for you. Okay, arena coins, and you get arena coins for just playing PvP. Okay, and then we go into bookmarks. The most valuable thing in bookmarks is you might think Black Pearl again, but no, it's actually the insignia of skill and quality. Quality is probably better because you need these to max out your weapons, and these are the only ways you can get insignias outside of event shops. All right, these let you get the final enhancement on the skill level, which is really important because it brings your weapon skill cooldown down by a second, and also you get obviously more damage and stats. Next we have dark coins. So with dark coins, there's no reset on this. It's just constant. You can trade for these as long as you got coins, which you get from farming X dark memory missions. There are 3 options here: Polycrystal of Thought, Xenos Brilliance, and the Supreme Adoration. The one that I would recommend that you buy is the Polycrystal of Thought, which you need to upgrade your X weapons, ascend their levels basically, for only 4,000. Xenos Brilliance is out of the question, 100k coins, you're not going to get that, alright? Supreme Adoration is worth considering, which is the material you need to get your X weapons skills to max level, and they only cost 2,000 each. Okay, depending on what you need, but most of you probably will be going for the Polycrystal of Thought. Next, we're going to be talking about the characters and weapons. So, a lot of you will be, asking the question, well, 4 stars are obviously the best, but what about my 3-star units? So 3-star units are good as well. As you can see, my 3 stars are leveled up where possible, 80, 80, 80, and not even all my 4 stars are leveled up. Okay, so 3 stars are good. Don't discount them, and ascend them when you can. All right, they're going to cost you resources to level up, but just focus on your main team, and then when you have spare materials, you can come back and do the 3 stars later. Alright, but if you don't have 4 stars, it's definitely worth replacing or considering replacing with 3 stars in your main loadout. We do have a tier list coming out for units, for which are the best units basically. Give me like a week probably to make that one. But also game width, as I mentioned at the start, they are a very good source of information. They have the strongest character ranking for arena, as you can see here, a tier list, and also for quests here as well, which I will link as well. You can see that later. For weapons, we also created a tier list. This is from Flip and myself. We made this together. He created the spreadsheet, and then I pretty much associated them with the tiers. Okay, I'm not going to go through all this in detail. I have videos on this already, so go ahead and check that out. But this is one note is these are only 4 stars. Okay, 4-star weapons. I did say 3 stars are still good, so if you don't have 4 stars, consider replacing them with these, with the 3 stars. All right. Next, we have attack and defense interaction in this game. So obviously the higher attack you have, the better, but how does attack work when you're fighting someone with high defense? So basically it's like an exponential curve. The higher attack you have and the lower defense they have in relation to your attack, the more damage you're going to do. It's not a direct subtraction as you might find in other games, which would be very simple, but it's not. One of the Discord members, Orpheus, made this guide based on another member in the community called, he calls himself Yuru or Nier. He has a channel as well, Nier in Math, something like that. and we have this chart that shows how attack and defense are related with each other. As you can see here, the higher attack you have, the more damage you're going to do to a 200% ratio or higher, and it flattens out to like a 50%. So you can see it's not a straight line where attack is just minusing defense. Alright, so something worth considering when you're thinking about how to maximize damage. But also it gives rise to the fact that defense is probably more valuable than we thought it was at the start. Now, a couple of random tips. So when you go into the game and you're playing through the quests and stuff, you realize that you can put on 2x mode and it's going really fast and you're grinding. You love it. But then you go into, you want to farm something. For example, we go into subquest and dailies. You want to farm daily quests, alright, or master tier or whatever. And then you set on auto repeat. But what happens when you set on auto repeat is you lose the 2x speed option, seemingly. But instead you get replaced with something at the top right corner called eco mode. That is actually 2x speed for when you're doing these auto repeats, okay? I don't know why it's called eco mode, but that's what it is. So click that and you'll be able to set your team to 2x in these, bigger loop farms. Another thing, another random tip is when you are autoing in PvP in the arena, the bot doesn't actually click your weapon skills as fast as you can click them manually. Okay, so even if you set it on auto in PvP, make sure that you're actually watching and clicking the skills as they come up. It will make your weapon skills go off maybe like half a second to a second faster, depending on frame drop and whatnot. It's really annoying, I know. I only found it out recently, but yeah, definitely please do that for a better win rate. Special missions. So when you go into the missions here at the top, you can see we have dailies, challenge, specials, collections, and packs, right, from buying the premium packs. Please continue to look at these and scout these out every now and then because there's going to be special missions that come up which gives you more gems. For example, one thing that most of you probably know by now is tapping Mama 100 times, you get 3,000 gems right off the bat. All right, there's a lot of hidden stuff in this tab here, so go ahead and check that out every now and then to make sure that you're getting as much from the game as possible. Another thing to consider is waiting for special events. Okay, so right now we have a event that gives us increased drop rate on the main campaign, okay, by 1.5. This is lasting for another 21 hours before it goes away. Once this goes away, there'll be another event that comes out eventually, which gives us drop rates or better gold, more increased gold, or something, half stamina or something like that. So it's worth considering when you're trying to farm to wait for some of these events, okay, before wasting too many stamina. And special events come pretty often, as you probably already know. Now, for the last point, we have dark memory units and weapons. This is very much an endgame thing, like a long-term goal. So if you go into subquests and you go to the very bottom, you'll see dark memory quests. Okay, so these you can unlock by firstly doing character quests. Okay, getting these all done to quest 10, and then you'll unlock their dark memory, the dark memory version of that unit. And these are basically the best characters in the game once you can unlock them. And to unlock them, you need to get their dark weapon to stage 11. All right, there's heaps of guides out there that go into detail about that. So this is, I'm not going to cover that here. But basically the best X units in the game right now that people are considering are X Scale for PvP, X Akaha for, I don't know, for her crit or something like that, or damage, and then we have X Lars for PvP. Okay. There's something that you can do with the X memories, right? You can farm these missions for the Zenith cubes, which is what we were talking about before. And the cubes are what you need to basically evolve your dark memory weapons, which are the strongest weapons in the game, as you'll see from the tier weapon list that became here. They're highlighted in blue. All right. So to get the cubes, you can farm these by resetting. The fastest way is by resetting on the daily mission on the easy mode. So if you just click into easy and then clear the first two waves and check, and then click on menu, check it. If you don't have a purple drop already, just back out of the quest, just exit it completely, and the mission will still be there for you to do afterwards. and you can just go in and redo it, and you can do it over and over again until you get a purple drop. We do that because the dailies um, have the highest drop rate for these NF cubes. Okay, so they're extremely valuable, and the cubes are basically the most sought after resource in the game. All right, so I pretty much sped through that, and I understand that there may be more. I may have created more questions than answered, which will be, will be a bit of an issue. But I welcome you to join the Discord so that we can answer all your questions. Everyone's going to have different questions, and it's kind of hard to cover everything in a 10, top 10 things I wanted to know list without going, like 40 minutes. Originally, when I was going to do this video, it was going to take like an hour, which is just ridiculous. All right. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and that's it from me. I hope this was helpful, and please ask any questions on the YouTube, on the channel, drop a comment, or just go into Discord. All right. Cheers, guys. See ya.